Okay, we have head coach Brad Brownell.
Yeah, just great team win. Couldn't be more proud and pleased with our guys. Just thought we played an incredible second half. Won a lot of the hustle plays. Obviously, out rebounded them. Lot more free throws. Defense was good. Created turnovers again, and held them down pretty well in terms of field goal percentages and numbers. And then offensively, I thought our guys, settled into the game, did more of what we wanted to do in the second half than what we did in the first half, and on the offensive end. And just, I thought our depth was great. I thought the guys on the bench played outstanding. Good to see John Newman play well, Chase Hunter play well. Clyde had a big game. Just all-around team effort. Great performance by our players. Questions?
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. It seemed like the crowd gave y'all some much-needed energy when the game was going back and forth there in the second half. Obviously, a small crowd, but they seemed to play a factor tonight.
Yeah, there's no question that we could tell, that we had 1,800 there. We haven't had that yet, and it made a difference. And I think our guys appreciated it. And I could tell when they came back to the locker room right before we kind of do our last talk that there was a little more buzz, that the guys knew, hey, there's some people out there, and they were fantastic. I mean, they were as loud as they could be, and just, I think, it's a very exciting game. I think they appreciate the way our guys are playing, how hard everybody's playing, the fact that we're playing a lot of players. And, I think the other thing is people understand the sacrifice these kids have made. And so there's an appreciation for the kind of things that they're having to do away from the court to make all this possible. But there's no question it had a factor in the game.
Brad, Nick struggled a little bit in the first half and really, caught fire and did almost everything for you guys in the second half. Did you challenge him a little bit at halftime?
No, I challenged him in a huddle. He made a bad play in the early middle part of the second half that he made one in the first half, and I didn't like it. And it's stuff we talked about in terms of penetration, and I really challenged him in a huddle, kind of went after him, to be honest with you. And he responded. I mean, we have a lot of confidence in Nick. I think he's a good player. He knows that. I've told him all year I want him to be aggressive. I want him to play with confidence. He brings a great energy to our team. He plays with good pace. And I thought he was a little frustrated and a little sulking a little bit. And he also wasn't doing everything we kind of talked about. And so I challenged him, and man, he responded like a champ. I mean, he did exactly what you want a player to do when you challenge him. And that's, look deep inside and be competitive, and I'll show you. And he made 3 great plays in a row. And give Al-Amir Dawes credit. When we left that huddle, Al-Amir Dawes put his arm around him and said, man, we're going to do it. Let's go. And you just love to watch kids respond together like that.
Brad, this is Larry Williams. I'm guessing you didn't go in expecting to be plus 14 in rebounding and have 19 offensive?
No, but we sure missed enough shots in the first half to give us opportunities. We took care of the ball, but one of the reasons we only had 4 turnovers, we didn't pass it very much, and we needed to pass it a little bit. I kind of was mad at our team. We practiced a couple different things, and our guys settled. I mean, we knew we were going to try to attack some mismatches and play some one-on-one, and that's okay. But we settled for that, and we didn't really play the way we wanted to play in a lot of areas offensively. And I also think the game was set defensively by both teams early. Both teams were really ready to play. Kids were ready to compete. It was hard to score. Guys were in each other, fighting, competitive, fresh, and it's hard to make plays. And the longer the game goes on, sometimes guys get a little tired. You can move the ball a little better. Things can happen for you. And the game opened up a little bit for both teams. And certainly in the second half, we played much better.
Hey, Coach Lawton Swan, I kind of asked Nick this, but then hearing you mention Al-Amir about the way he put his arms around him, are those two guys mature beyond their years, in your opinion, for, being those backcourt players and what they bring to this team right now?
I mean, not really, to be honest with you. I'd love to say yes, but no, they're just regular guys that, I mean, Al's just a warrior competitor. You can see it by just looking at him. I mean, Nick's a little quieter, a little more stoic. It's hard. He's got a little more of a poker face. It's hard to read him sometimes. And I've really challenged Nick really this whole year that he's got to be more vocal. He's got to have more personality. He's got to show his emotion. He's got to lead guys. He's got to tell guys what to do. And that's a little out of his nature. And it's funny. I had this conversation with him in the off season during COVID. And so one of the things I told Nick, what I wanted him to do was I wanted him to call 2 teammates every day, or 2 people in our program every day. Because he's kind of a quiet guy. He's really a little bit shy at times. He's happy to just kind of do things by himself. And he needs to change that on the court. He can't be that guy on the court. And so one of the things I talked to him about was, hey man, you got to invest more with your team. You got to show people you're coming out of your shell. And in COVID, the only way to do that is say, you need to start calling people and talking to guys, not just texting. You got to be vocal. I need to hear you. And he's really tried. He has really tried this year to be more vocal. And there's a confidence that he gives our team when he's vocal, because we all think he's a good player. And, we have trust in him. We have faith in him. And he's still learning our system and some of the things that we're doing. And so there's some time when he's not sure what to do, but we all trust him as a player, and we know where his heart is and what he wants. And so I think that's been a big thing for him. And I think when he is more vocal, he plays with more confidence, and he gives our team more confidence. And, our guys love him. And obviously you saw that after they were in the huddle when I jumped him. So like they couldn't have been more happy for that kid when he started making those plays.
Coach, it's Trevor again. You left some points on the free throw line in the second half, but you still made 24 out of 33. Were you surprised that you were able to?
Damn, Trevor, you're pretty. That's tough, man. 20. We shot 73%. We made a lot now.
I said that. I said,
not gonna make them all. I mean,
I said, but you still made 24 out of 33, okay. Coach.
Yeah, I'll take that tomorrow. The rest of the season, we'll be 24 for 33 and shoot 33 free throws. I'm all in. Sign me up.
Yeah, you had kind of the reverse disparity in the loss at Virginia Tech and Blacksburg. Were you surprised at all?
The nature of the game too. I think. I mean, that the fans, media, you guys need to know the game was played differently. The Virginia Tech game was packed in and slower, and it's harder to get to the basket, and there's no space. And the Florida State Clemson game was both teams picking up full court, more space, more room to drive, going to make some plays. Those are some things you're going to give up if you pressure. And both teams created a few turnovers with their defense, and some of that's going to create open lanes and give you a chance to attack. And obviously I thought we did a better job of that in the game than maybe they did. And that's why we got to the free throw line more. So it's hard to compare games that way sometimes.
Hey, Brad, this is Reggie at WLTX in Columbia. When Clyde Trapp scores 15 points, how much easier is that for the rest of the guys?
Yeah, he was really good tonight. That was a big shot he hit coming off the baseline in this little three low action we run. Big shot right above the free throw line area, and made, he rebounded the ball well. That's what he does for us too. Like, had 5 defensive rebounds. He had 3 steals. He was really locked in these last 2 days in practice. I could tell he was in a good place. It's funny. I sent our guys home for Christmas, and we came back locked in, ready to go. It was great. I'm thinking about sending them home for New Year's, and then every other holiday I can find the rest of the way in the season. So I don't know what our parents did, but give them some credit, because our guys came back and they were just really excited, ready. And Clyde played big tonight.
Coach, you just had 12 turnovers tonight against a team that's known for forcing a lot of turnovers. How pleased were you with that?
Yeah, really pleased, because I thought that there's a pretty high possession game. That's another thing is, in a low possession game, 12 isn't good, but in a game with all the possessions that we had and the way we were trying to attack in the open court and off misses and just be aggressive, you're going to have a few occasionally. But I thought our guys did a good job. And, those extra possessions are always meaningful. And, I think maybe we were +5. They had 17. We had 12.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood. You only had 49 rebounds. What went wrong tonight that you only got 49?
Yeah, that was a big key. I thought one thing we did a good job of is we kind of kept them in front. They do a great job of crashing the glass, and they're big and strong. And sometimes you can get beat by them, and you're in rotation a lot. And now their size, especially if they're rebounding against smaller players, that's a problem for us because we've got some guys that are smaller that are out there. So keeping guys in front, our initial defense has to be good to make them miss, and then to try to get body on body and be physical enough to rebound the ball is important against them for sure.
And I have to ask, there were just times out there when it seemed like Jonathan Baehre, being that older guy who's played a lot of basketball, it seems like he just gives you a little something extra out there, that being that older guy. I played a lot at Clemson, but just being that older guy out there.
Yeah, there are times he brings a good poise to our game and our team. And when he plays well, he's a difference maker for us because it's another guy. I mean, obviously Amir plays well. One or two of those little guards plays well. All of a sudden, John Baehre's making a shot, rebounding the ball. He's 6'9", he's 6'10", he's long. He makes a good pass. He did a good job of slipping a couple screens, got to the rim, got fouled, made some free throws. He did some nice things in the game. And, he's still kind of finding his way, 4 offensive rebounds, 7 rebounds for the game. I thought Omax played well as a freshman in there, 15 minutes. He's a high energy guy, a physical guy. He matches them athletically. He's still got to improve some things basketball wise, but athletically, he's big and strong and physical. And so together, those two guys did a nice job at the 4 spot for us.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.